off you.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's third exclusive segment from the greatest podcast on turf. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Anthony.
And for this exclusive segment, we are going to be doing our weekly best bets series. Last week, we were 4-2, I believe, because the Rams went over. We're back. So be sure to check out our other content this week. On Tuesday, we did tips and tricks, players that you have to pick up in order to win your fantasy football playoffs. We also did on the podcast a recap of everything that happened last week, so it's not too late to check that out. Also, yesterday we did a Stardom Sit-em episode, our weekly Stardom Sit-em episode. I went pretty bold, he went pretty bold, so be sure to check that out. And on our podcast, we did our weekly Pick'em series, which I still have a pretty good lead, but there was some heated debates on a couple games, so be sure to check that out.
There absolutely was a couple, I wouldn't say heated, we were pretty civil. We like to be civil here.
Couple F-bombs here and there, and a little punch in the mouth. And
yeah, couple, you're out of your effing mind.
Yeah.
Couple bozos. But now, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're pushing to 300 subscribers. We're going to be at the Eagles game on Sunday. We're running a huge giveaway, courtesy of our sponsor, who we'll touch on in a second. We're running a huge giveaway there. Tickets, stickers, jerseys being given away. So with that being said, follow us on Instagram for details how to enter the giveaway. And with that being said, the greatest podcast on turf merch coming soon. Shout out Jake for the phone cases, one of two in the world right now. Greatest podcast on turf studio coming very, very soon, beginning of January. Finalizing stuff now. The Amazon cart is ordered and all the stuff is coming tomorrow by 10 p.m. So with that being said, none of that would be possible without our amazing sponsor,
Little Italy Pizzeria. They got the best cheesesteaks, the best pizza in all of Delaware. 2 locations. One of those is in Middletown. The other one is in Townsend, Delaware. Great food, great people, great prices. Come in and check it out. Have this man right here cook you a cheesesteak. Have our guest, Mikey, cook you a cheesesteak. These guys, bartenders, they do everything. Enough said. You can come in and check it out. Let them know that the greatest podcast on turf sent you. They will hook you up. They will take care of you. Also show proof that you're subscribed, and they will hook you up with a 15% discount. 15, not 50.
15.
15. So yeah, be sure to come in and check it out. It makes sense. Get yourself 15%. Have this man make you a cheesesteak. He's been saying for years and years that he's the best cheesesteak maker in Delaware. Let him prove it to you. In the country, let him prove it to you, so come and check it out.
I make the best cheesesteak in the country. Gordon Ramsay couldn't hold my nuts on the grill if I begged him to.
If we're being honest, I probably wouldn't like Gordon Ramsay's cheesesteak.
He's a bozo anyway.
He probably drags that through
I actually had a customer tonight come in. We were talking about the podcast. He subscribed to the channel, and I gave him his 15% discount because he did subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Oh, that's a train.
When we were talking. Yeah, it's the train. We usually get interrupted on the podcast, never the YouTube video, but it's fine. It's just on YouTube, raw, uncut. We don't edit. We like to keep it genuine here at the greatest podcast.
We just talk louder.
We just get louder and louder as the train horn gets louder and it gets closer. So yeah, with that being said, come get a discount. And I'm going to start off with my lock of the week. I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys, minus 10.5 points at the Giants. I know 10.5 might be a lot of points.
And it is the Cowboys.
Last time yes, and it is the Cowboys. It's fair. But last time these two teams played, Dallas, you would have won if you took Dallas minus 24.5. Dallas has been killing it lately. They're on a roll, and the Giants fucking blow. This spread would have covered last week if you took the Chargers minus 10.5. But yeah, the Giants blow. They're not healthy. Dallas is healthy. I know Dalton Schultz, didn't he just land on the COVID list?
I didn't hear that.
Or maybe it was just because he was on the waiver wire in one of our fantasy leagues.
Yeah, I dropped him.
Dropped him?
Yeah, I dropped him.
Maybe that was just why. But yeah, Cowboys minus 10.5 at the lock this week. It's short and simple. Dallas is going to blow the Giants the fuck out. The Giants blow. They have nothing on offense. They have nothing on defense. The only good thing that the Giants have going for them is they have 2 first-round picks, and they're firing their GM after this year. So take the Cowboys minus 10.5. Lock it in. I took, last week I took Green Bay on Monday night, minus 12.5, and it covered. I'm sticking on a lot of points train. These good teams going up against the bad teams, I'm taking a lot of points because I'm on a roll with it. So Dallas minus 10.5. Lock it in.
Personally, I'm on the complete opposite side of him. I usually try to take the teams that are getting the points. And one example of a team that's getting, in my opinion, too many points, that is the Washington football team going up against the Philadelphia Eagles.
We'll be at the game Sunday running a huge giveaway. Follow us on Instagram for the details on our giveaway at the Washington football team versus the Philadelphia Eagles game. We are giving away jerseys, stickers, many, many more. So be sure to come check us out at the tailgate. Enter the giveaway. It's easy to enter. Follow us on Instagram for all the details. And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Washington. They're getting 7 points against the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think the line is trending upward. It keeps increasing. So, but 7, I'm still kind of, I like that. They just lost to the Dallas Cowboys by 7. The Dallas Cowboys are a much better team than the Philadelphia Eagles.
Really?
Just slightly.
You think so?
You obviously want to keep a look at Taylor Heineke. I think he's going to play since he got in the limited session today. I'm not really worried about Sarah McLaurin playing or not because I don't really think that's how this game is going to go. I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I'm not excited to go in there and watch Jalen Hurts, Taylor Heineke throw 40-yard bombs. I'm excited to listen to Eagles fans. So Washington plus 7 is just too many points. Their last about 5-6 games, they have been on a great stretch in terms of that 7-point spread. They just lost to the Dallas Cowboys by 7. Right there, that's a wash, so that doesn't cost you anything. They beat the Raiders by 2. They beat the Seahawks by 2. They beat the Panthers. They beat the Buccaneers. They lost to the Broncos by 7. They are covering a 7-point spread. They're not costing you money in these last 4, 5, 6 games. They have been playing very good football as of late. They have been on a very good streak lately. So Washington plus 7 is just too much against Philly.
Yeah, and if you do see us at the game, I've been practicing my autograph all week, as you guys can see. And Ryan's going to start practicing his now. So we can give you guys autographs if you want, because they're going to be worth billions of dollars one day. But yeah, I like that one. I think this game is going to be a lot closer. I hope it is for our sake. Nothing better to be than watch the Eagles lose to the Washington at the game in a divisional game that both teams need to win. Your phone battery's low. Nice. But yeah, I like that one. That's an interesting one, and I like it, and I'm excited to be at the game. I hope the Eagles lose.
It's fair.
Does anyone have a Washington jersey I can wear the game, by the way? If you do, comment below.
Have to be from Delaware.
Respectfully.
Because unless you'll be at the Washington game in Philly.
Yeah, and if that being so, hit us up. And yeah. But now my next best bet, I'm riding the high points train. I'm taking the 49ers minus 9 points at the Falcons. We've seen over the past few games the 49ers offense can put up a lot of points. With George Kittle back on the scene looking like the best tight end in football, with Deebo Samuel playing out of his mind, with Brandon Ayuk getting more involved as well, this just shows how dynamic the 49ers are on offense. They're playing against the Falcons defense that is bottom 5, bottom 10 in the league. Especially in fantasy football, Falcons give up a lot of points every week. That's just how it goes. They give up a lot of points. Even to Cam Newton and PJ Walker, they gave up 27 points last week. The Falcons are a bad football team, and the 49ers are on a big win streak, and they're playing for a playoff push. They're trying to push and secure that NFC wildcard spot. So I'm taking the 49ers minus 9 points this week, and I really don't think it's close. I think it's a safe bet, despite it being not the line being 9 points.
My next best bet this week, I am taking the New England Patriots Indianapolis Colts over 45 points. That seems a little bit short for the New England Patriots. The Patriots, they have been known to put up a pretty good amount of points themselves. Last week against Buffalo, that's a fluke because the win was absolutely...
Because they played in the blizzard of 1900.
Yes. The Titans, they put up 49 points. That's over. Against Atlanta, they shut them out 25-0. They did their half. Cleveland covered. Carolina didn't because Carolina sucks.
Yep.
Chargers covered. Jets covered. Dallas covered. Houston even covered. And then if you look at Indy's side of the ball, they do their part. They just blew out Houston 31-0. It's Houston, New England scoring more than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay, they covered. Buffalo covered. Jacksonville didn't quite cover. Jets covered. Tennessee covered. San Fran covered. These teams cover 45 points. 45 is not a lot. You can say that you think it's going to be a defensive run-the-ball game, but what I see is two very efficient offenses. I see two very good football teams, two teams that are fighting for their playoff seed. Colts are fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Patriots are fighting for their seed.
Yeah.
So I see this team, I see both of these teams doing good. The Patriots are coming off of a bye. The offense is going to be very efficient, and I think that they score points on the Colts. Colts also bounced back and scored points on Patriots.
Patriots are going to win, lock it in, the Colts blow. They can't hold the Patriots nuts. My final best bet of the week, I feel like this one surprised me. I'm taking the Bengals plus 2.5 points at the Denver Broncos. I know the spread's usually 3 points for being the home team, but I don't know how the Bengals are underdogs in this game. The Broncos are fucking terrible. The Broncos are a bad football team. They're just not very good. So the fact that the Bengals are getting points in this game and aren't the favorites is beyond me. Yeah, it's in Denver. Yeah, it's going to be cold. I don't care. The Bengals are a lot better football team on offense and defense overall than the Broncos are. So, I mean, the better team, the Sherlock better team getting points in any scenario is good. So I'm taking that and locking it in. I know it's a short explanation, but when the better team's getting points, you got to take the better team any day.
My final best bet, and this is the one I am least confident on, but I am still pretty confident.
Just former Bears players, Jay Cutler,
Mike Glennon. Isn't that the kicker that sucked?
No, that was Cody Parkey.
Oh, okay. The Bears plus 3.5, I believe. Yes. Bears plus 3.5 going up against the Minnesota Vikings. I'll take the points at home against the Vikings. I don't think the Bears are that bad of a football team. Plus, I don't think the Vikings are 6.5 points better than them. So being at home obviously does something for them. I don't like Kirk Cousins in primetime Monday Night Football. Kirk Cousins is 1-5 against the Bears when as a Minnesota Viking. So that's not good right there. If you look at that, the Bears are going to win the game. But I also think that this is going to be a low-scoring, close game in which Justin Fields has a fourth quarter. That's why you took him X overall, 10th or 15th overall moment. That's his, this guy's for real. I think he does it in the fourth quarter against the Minnesota Vikings. I think both these running backs have success. I think it's a low score, cold weather, and, good old-fashioned NFC North boring football.
Yeah, and that's going to wrap up this week's Best Bets episode. Go ahead, fill out your parlay cards, win some money. The greatest podcast on turf, guaranteed locks, guaranteed money wins. Follow us on Instagram. Check out all of our previous content. Don't forget to follow us, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. You guys know what next Tuesday is. Next Tuesday is Mock Draft Tuesday. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow us, show us some love, and we will see you guys at the game Sunday. If not, we'll see you guys Tuesday for the mock draft and for our weekly recap. See ya.